From a family porch in Virginia to sold-out stadiums around the world, 9 rebels, 1 sound, and a genre that never stopped growing because of them.
And everything would start all over come break of morn.
Some of these artists broke the law. Some broke the rules of the music industry. One of them broke a color barrier that the entire genre pretended didn't exist.
The secret I'm speaking of is a woman
And by the end of this list, you'll see the 2 artists who took country out of the honky-tonks completely and turned it into a worldwide takeover.
That leaves only me to blame 'cause mama tried.
But first, we have to go back to where it all started, with a family, a mountain, and a guitar technique nobody had ever heard before. Number 9, the Carter family.
There's a bright and a sunny side too.
Number 9 on our list takes us all the way back to the beginning, the Carter family, the crisis.
It will help us every day. It will brighten all the way.
In the 1920s, country music wasn't really a business yet. It was just porches, church hymns, and mountain fiddles.
Though the moments be cloudy or fair, let us
Nobody thought these songs could ever sell records.
sunny.
Then, in 1927, a poor family from the hills of Virginia, A.P. Carter, his wife Sarah, and her cousin Maybelle, walked into a makeshift studio in Bristol, Tennessee.
The darkness and strife, the sunny side we
They recorded old mountain songs using a guitar style nobody had heard on a record before. Maybelle's technique became known as the Carter scratch. Instead of just strumming in the background, her guitar carried the melody right alongside the singing.
The sunny side we also may view.
It turned the guitar into a lead voice, and it became the blueprint every country guitarist has followed for almost 100 years.
To keep us everyone in his care.
Without the Carter family, there's no commercial country music. They proved this sound could be sold, shared, and passed down.
It will keep on the sunny side of life.
Every single artist on this list owes something to that one afternoon in Bristol. The Carter scratch is still one of the first things beginner guitar players learn today, almost 100 years later.
Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny.
The Carters proved country music could be recorded and sold, but the genre still didn't have one single face, one star everyone could point to. That was about to change.
Everyone in his care. Keep on.
Number 8, Jimmie Rodgers.
Tennessee, deep on Selma.
Number 8 is the man they call the father of country music, Jimmie Rodgers.
I'm gonna buy me a shotgun with a
The crisis the Carters gave country music its sound, but the industry still needed a superstar, one voice strong enough to carry the whole genre on its own.
train can haul.
Jimmie Rodgers used to work as a railroad brakeman. He wasn't trained and he wasn't polished, but he had something nobody else did. He mixed blues, yodeling, and railroad songs into one wild, brand new sound.
Well, the water drinks like cherry wine. Cause the Georgie water.
His song Blue Yodel borrowed straight from black blues traditions and mixed them with old-time hillbilly music. Nobody had combined those sounds before. He became the first true solo superstar country music ever had. The Legacy Rodgers became the very first person inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. He proved one artist with one voice could carry an entire genre into the mainstream.
You don't want me, mama, you sure don't have to stall.
Fun fact, Jimmie Rodgers recorded some of his biggest hits while battling tuberculosis. He even had a cot set up in the studio so he could rest between takes. He died just one day after his very last recording session. Rodgers gave country music its first real superstar. but most of his songs were about trains and travel. The genre still needed someone to sing about something rawer, something every single person could feel. Heartbreak itself.
Trying to be in Atlanta, treated like a dirty dog.
Number 7. Hank Williams. Number 7 changed what a country song was even allowed to say. Hank Williams.
More than a $2 bill, and I know a spot right over the hill.
Before Hank Williams, a lot of country songs were simple, upbeat, even a little silly. The genre hadn't fully found its emotional depth yet. Hank Williams wrote plain, honest songs about pain, loneliness, and heartbreak. He didn't dress it up. He didn't hide behind clever wordplay. He just told the truth.
That's soda pop and the dancing's free. So if you want to have fun, come along.
His songs set a brand new standard. From that point on, country music wasn't just about telling a story. It was about making the listener feel something real.
So how about saving all your time for me?
Hank Williams died at just 29 years old. But almost every country songwriter who came after him has tried to write with that same kind of honesty. He's still the standard the whole genre is measured against.
Oh, I've been cooking, so how about keeping steady company?
Hank Williams was actually let go from the Grand Ole Opry after missing too many shows because of his struggles with alcohol and pain medication.
Over the fence and buy me one for 5 or 10 cents. I'll keep it till it.
He died in the back of a car on New Year's Day, on his way to a concert he never made it to.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
Writing about pain is one thing, but living it and turning a real prison sentence into song lyrics is a whole different story. Because our next artist didn't just sing about hard times, he served time for them.
Say, hey, good looking.
Number 6. Merle Haggard.
From a family meek and mild, my mama seemed to know.
Number 6 brought the hard truth of working class life straight to the radio. Merle Haggard.
No one could steer me right, but mama tried, mama tried, mama.
By the 1960s, Nashville was polishing country music up. Smooth strings, choir backup vocals, radio-friendly hooks. It sounded nice, but it was starting to lose the rough, working-class voice country music was built on.
Sunday learning, toward the bad I kept on turning, till mama couldn't.
Merle Haggard had actually served time in San Quentin State Prison as a young man. He wasn't interested in Nashville's polish. He sang about prison, poverty, and hard labor because he had lived it.
No one could steer me right, but mama tried, mama tried, mama tried.
Haggard helped build what became known as the Bakersfield Sound. Twangy guitars, a stripped-down band, zero studio sugarcoating. It was the tough, defiant answer to Nashville's smooth style. Merle Haggard gave a voice back to working people.
Couldn't hold me anymore. And I turned 21 in
His honesty helped set the stage for the rebellion that was about to take over country music completely.
99. That leaves only me to blame, 'cause mama tried.
Years before he became a star, Merle Haggard was sitting in the crowd at San Quentin Prison, watching Johnny Cash perform live, from the audience, as an inmate.
So left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard.
Merle broke away from Nashville's polish, but breaking one rule wasn't enough for two friends who wanted to break the entire system.
Turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could.
Number 5. Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Number 5 is a pair that changed who actually controls country music. Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings.
And they're always alone, even with someone they love.
In Nashville, record labels controlled almost everything. What songs an artist recorded, who played on the album, even how it was mixed. Artists had almost no creative freedom.
Old trucks, let 'em be doctors and lawyers and such.
Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings pushed back. They fought their labels for the right to write their own songs, pick their own musicians, and produce their own albums their way. That fight gave birth to outlaw country.
Born puppies and children and girls of the night.
A whole movement built on creative freedom instead of studio control. It wasn't just a new sound, it was a new set of rules for how artists could run their own careers.
Like him, and them that do sometimes won't know how to take it.
The outlaw movement didn't just change country music. It changed what artists in every genre believed they were allowed to demand from their record labels.
Lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your cowboys grow up.
In 1976, an outlaw country compilation album became the first country album in history to sell over 1 million copies. The rebellion was working.
Things to make you think he's right.
Willie and Waylon proved artists could take control of their own music. But somebody had already been living that outlaw image, louder and darker, for over a decade.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Number 4. Johnny Cash.
Run and hid, but the meanest thing that my daddy ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue.
Number 4 brought a dark, rebellious edge that country music had never seen before. Johnny Cash.
Life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. But I grew up quick and I grew up...
Country music had heartbreak. It had honesty. It had rebellion against the industry. But it still hadn't found an artist who could pull in rock and pop fans without losing its country soul.
Sue, how do you do?
Johnny Cash performed live concerts inside real prisons, including his legendary show at Folsom State Prison. Dressed in all black, he sang about outlaws and men society had given up on.
And I grew up mean, my fist got hard, my wits got keen. Roam from town to hide my shame.
Cash proved country music could be dark, dangerous, and cool, without ever losing its core. He pulled in rock fans, folk fans, and pop fans, all while staying true to his roots.
Busted a chair right across his teeth and we crashed through the walls and into the street.
Johnny Cash became known as the Man in Black, and that image still represents country music's rebellious side today. His influence reaches far beyond the genre itself.
Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes and he went down, but to my surprise...
Cash's outlaw image wasn't just for show. He was arrested more than once during his career, including one strange late-night run-in with the law for picking flowers on someone else's property while touring.
Gravel in your gut and a spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the that named you Sue.
It became one of many legendary Johnny Cash stories. The Outlaws changed who controlled the music, but up until now, almost every single story on this list belongs to a man. That was about to change too.
Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes and he went down, but to my surprise, come up.
Number 3. Loretta Lynn.
Poor, but we had love. That's the one thing that Daddy made sure of.
Number 3 gave country music its first bold, honest female voice. Loretta Lynn.
And everything would start all over, come break of morn.
Country music was mostly told through a man's point of view. The real experiences of women, their struggles, their marriages, their daily lives, were rarely sung about honestly.
In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear.
Loretta Lynn wrote her own songs about her own life. She sang about poverty, marriage struggles, and even birth control. Topics no woman in country music had tackled so directly before.
There was no need. She'd smile and mommy's understanding.
Some of her songs were so honest that radio stations refused to play them. She didn't back down. She kept writing the truth, even when it made people uncomfortable.
And it's so good to be back home again.
Loretta Lynn opened the door for generations of women in country music to write and sing their own truths on their own terms.
It was hard, and I would sleep 'cause we were taught. I never thought.
One of Loretta Lynn's most famous songs was banned by dozens of radio stations when it came out.
But in no way.
They said the topic was too controversial for country radio. It became one of her biggest hits anyway.
Raise their kids on a miner's pay. Mommy's
Loretta broke the silence on what women could sing about. But another artist was about to break a barrier country music had never even tried to cross.
The work we done was hard.
Number 2, Charley Pride.
Anytime at any place, and every time.
Number 2 broke a barrier that had nothing to do with sound at all. Charley Pride.
The secret I'm speaking of is a woman and a.
For decades, country music was almost entirely a white genre, both on stage and behind the scenes. Black artists were rarely given a real chance at the highest level.
Smiling and say, you've got to kiss him.
Charley Pride, a former Negro League baseball player, pursued a country music career anyway. Early on, his record label didn't even put his photo on his singles, worried it would hurt sales on the radio.
Always sing, you've got to kiss an angel.
His talent spoke for itself. Once fans heard him, and later saw him perform live, he became one of the best-selling artists his label had ever signed, packing arenas across the country.
And over like the devil when you get back home.
Charley Pride proved that talent could break through even the deepest prejudice. He helped open the door for greater diversity in country music that continues to grow today.
About happiness, but some of them never learn that it's a.
Many radio listeners had no idea Charley Pride was black until they saw him perform live. His music had already won them over first.
Woman and a man in love, and the answer is in the song.
Charley proved talent could beat prejudice, but country music was still mostly an American sound. Huge at home, but a bit of a mystery to the rest of the world. That was about to change in the biggest way possible.
Got to kiss an angel good morning and let her know you think.
Number 1, Garth Brooks and Shania Twain.
And 40 moments, no.
And that brings us to number 1, the two artists who took country music global, Garth Brooks and Shania Twain.
I only wanna have a good time.
By the 1990s, country music was massive in America, but it was still seen as a regional, mostly domestic genre. Nobody had proven it could compete on a true global, arena rock scale.
How could I have known that you'd ever sing?
Garth Brooks brought arena rock energy to country concerts. Headset microphones, huge stage shows, and pyrotechnics nobody had ever seen at a country concert before.
It all would go. Our lives.
At the same time, Shania Twain fused country with pop hooks and a global sound built for the whole world, not just Nashville. Garth Brooks broke live concert and album sales records that had never even been touched by a country artist before. Shania Twain's music crossed over onto pop radio and music television, reaching fans who had never listened to a country song in their life. Together, they proved country music could fill stadiums and top charts anywhere on earth.
It all would end the way it all would go.
Every modern country star who's ever crossed over onto pop radio is walking a path Garth Brooks and Shania Twain built first.
Our lives.